In this session, we will be looking into some more numericals on the topics we have learned till now. So let us begin. So here, displacement of a body is given in the vector form meters due to the action of a force. Force vector is given on it for 5 seconds. Time is given. The power in the watts is. Now, first of all, this is a new term for you. Power means work done by time taken. Okay, P means work done by time taken. It is measured in watts. Watt is the SI unit. Watts is the unit, and work done is measured in joules. Time taken in seconds. So joules per second is another unit. So joules per second basically is called the watts. So power has another formula. P is equal to, it is the dot product of force and velocity. P is equal to F dot V. Okay. What is V? V is displacement by time. So it is F dot S divided by time. You can see very well that F dot S is the work done. This we have discussed in the work done topic. So we have to do dot product between the force and the displacement. So this is the force vector given in the question. This is the displacement vector divided by time, which is 5 seconds. So while taking the dot product, you should multiply I with the I, J with the J, and K with the K. So 6 5s 30, 6 into plus 3, plus 6 into plus 3, 18, 4 into minus 4, plus 4 into minus 4, minus 16. So once you solve it, you get 32 by 5, 6.4 watts. So this is the right answer. Now moving to the next question. A ball at rest is dropped freely from a height of 20 meters. Height is given. It loses 30% of its energy and striking the ground and bounces back. The height to which it bounces back is. Now the situation is something like this. This is the ground, okay, and the ball is at a height of 20 meters. So it is dropped onto the ground. So obviously when you drop it onto the ground, the ball is going to rebound. So next time it went up to the height h. So you have to find the value of h. So there is a condition given here. What is the condition given here? It says that it is losing 30% of energy. So obviously when the ball struck the ground, it lost some energy. So first of all, what is the energy possessed by the ball? We have discussed this in the potential energy. Potential energy at a point, let us say A, is given by mgh. Mgh is the formula. Okay. So what is mg? Mg is the weight of the ball. So here the height is 20. So it is 20 mg now. Let us leave it mg as it is. Now this is the energy possessed by the ball. Now the ball has dropped. So it lost 30% of energy. So 30% of energy means 70% is remaining. So at PEB, that is the potential energy at B, how it is possessing how much energy means it is possessing 70% of energy at A. Okay, so which is nothing but 0.7 into what is PEA? We have already calculated, it is 20 mg. So if you do the multiplication, you get 14 mg. But what is the formula for PEB? Like you have done at PEA, it is mg into h. Okay, you need to put the height, this height you need to put, because you are calculating at B. So mgh is equal to 14 mg, or h is equal to 14 meters. Okay, h is equal to 14 meters is the answer. Let us move to the next one. A 3 kg sphere makes an inelastic collision with another sphere at rest, and they stick after the collision. They stick after the collision. मतलब चिपक गए. If the composite mass, composite means दोनों का मिला करके, moves with a speed of 1/4 of initial speed of 3 kg sphere, the mass of the second sphere is. Situation is like this. Okay, there is a 3 kg mass. Okay, there is an unknown mass m is there. Now this mass is at rest, whereas this mass is moving in this direction, let us say with speed u. Okay, after that जब collision हो गया, ये दोनों चिपक गए, they both stick to each other. चिपकने के बाद they both acquired a common velocity. That is what is, see, the composite mass, मतलब दोनों मिला करके they were moving with the speed of 1/4 of the initial speed. 1/4 of the initial speed. Okay, they both were traveling with the same speed, which is 1/4 times u. So in order to solve the question, in collisions we can apply law of conservation of momentum. So initial momentum is m1 u1 plus m2 u2, which is equal to final momentum is m1 v1 plus m2 v2. m1 m2 values we have to put. m1 is 3, so 3u. The second ball is at rest, u2 is equal to 0, so this term will be 0. Now coming to the right hand side, it is m1 v1. m1 is 3 and v1 is 1/4 u as given in the question, and m2 is this value into 1/4. After that it is simple mathematics, so you can take 1/4 u common, it becomes 3 plus m into u by 4. Left hand side you have got 3u, so when you solve it you get 12 is equal to 3 plus m is equal to 9 kg. M is equal to 9 kg. So that is the answer. Okay. So in this question, a ball is let to fall from a height h0. It makes n collisions with horizontal ground. If after n collisions it rebounds with velocity vn and the ball rises to height h0, hn, then the coefficient of restitution is. The coefficient of restitution is how much he is asking. Okay. He is asking you what is the coefficient of restitution. So yesterday in the class we have discussed this. Okay. So this is the situation. Originally the ball was here. It was at a height of h0. Then it was dropped onto the ground. Then it rose. Then again fall. Then again rose. और ऊपर नीचे गिरते हुए वो finally it went on for n rebounds. See, this is the first rebound. This is the second rebound. This is the third rebound. Like that n rebounds. Okay. And is asking you what is the coefficient of restitution. So if you refer my notes, I have given you one formula, hn, that is the final height at the nth rebound. Hn is the height, this height. This is the nth rebound. There must be some height here. See, the exaggerated diagram will be like this. So I am talking about this height. Okay, this is hn. So hn is equal to e power 2n into h0. h0 is the initial height. Okay, so this was the result we got. This was the formula I told you. So from here we need to calculate e. So e power 2n is equal to, you take h0 other side, and from there e is equal to hn by h0 to the power of 1/2n. So which option? This is the option number 4. Our discussion, we have let's see one more question. A body of mass 5 kg makes an elastic collision with another body. You have to note these terms, elastic collision with another body at rest, and continues to move in the original direction. Direction also is given. After the collision with the velocity equal to 1/10 of original velocity. Okay. The mass of the second body is. So he is saying that the final velocity is 1/10 of the original velocity. Always these drawing, pictures kind of help you to understand the situation, what is happening. You can directly put the equations and get the answer. but you can draw a small sketch. So there is a 5 kg mass. It goes and hits another mass of, let us say, m. It is at rest. That means u2 is equal to 0, and let us say u1 is equal to u. u1 is equal to u. Then what happens? He says that, and continues to move in the original direction. Who is moving in the original direction? The present, the mass m1, 5 kg mass. Okay, so 5 kg mass is moving now with u by 10. All right. So what happened to u2? What happened to v2 is none of our botheration. We have to just take the conditions that are given in the question. So for elastic collisions, this was the formula I have given in the class. V1 is equal to m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1. See, when v1 is there, write u1. First term will be m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2. Next term will be u2, and when u2 is there, write 2m2 by m1 plus m2. Denominator is always m1 plus m2. So here u2 is equal to 0, so this term is 0. So only the first term we have to see. m1 is 5, m2 is m. So 5 minus m divided by 5 plus m into u. But what is v1? v1 is this much, u by 10. So u and u cancels. So just cross multiply, 5 plus m, 10 into 5 minus m. So 50 minus 10m. So bringing m on this side, 11m is equal to 50 minus 5, 45. M is equal to 45 by 11, or 4.09 kg. 4.09 kg is the answer. Let us move to the next one. A sphere of mass m moving with a constant velocity u collides with another stationary sphere of mass m. Okay, both masses are same. If E is the coefficient of restitution, the ratio of final velocities of first and second sphere is. See students, whenever in the question E is given, means it is an inelastic collision. So here the concept is, see this formula what you have seen, this is for elastic collisions. For inelastic collision, the final velocities v1 and v2 are given by these two formula. So it is, you can see here, this m2 term is replaced just by em2. In the place of m2, you have to write em2. All right. So what was the formula here? m1 minus m2 divided by m1 plus m2. So here it will become m1 minus em2 divided by m1 plus m2. Okay. And in the second case, it is 2m2, right? In the case of elastic collisions, it was 2m2, but in the place of 2 you have to write 1 plus e. In the case of 2 you have to write 1 plus e. So you have to replace 2 by 1 plus e and m2 by em2. This is the change you have to do. This is the formula for head-on inelastic collision. So note the difference. In this question he has provided you E, means you have to use the formula for head-on inelastic collision. Okay, from here onwards it is straight. So in the given data, both are same masses. m1 is equal to m2 is equal to m, and the second mass was at rest. So u2 is equal to 0. And let us say the first mass speed is u. Let us say u1 is equal to u. We don't know what is that speed. So we have to find v1 and v2, and we have to take the ratio. That is what is asked in the question. So just put these values in the question. Because u2 is equal to 0, this term won't be there. Only the first term will be there. Both masses are same. So m will come common. M into 1 minus e into u divided by 2m. This is v1. When coming to v2, again u2 term won't be there because u2 is equal to 0. So v2 will become 1 plus e, m1 is m, u1 is u divided by m plus m, because both masses are same. It is 2m. Now simply take the ratio of v1 divided by v2. You finally get 1 minus e by 1 plus e. 1 minus E by 1 plus E. This question has come in 2007. Okay, just note these two formulas, what it is changing. Okay, with the help of a numerical I have explained. Just make a note of this formula. Okay.